Raymond sat quietly in the corner of the living room, his simple shirt and old sandals making him look like any ordinary man. He had always preferred to dress modestly. Few people knew that behind that simplicity lay one of the wealthiest young businessmen in the country. He was the founder of Cloudstone Group, a conglomerate that spanned real estate, oil and gas, and technology. But Raymond had a secret. He wanted a wife who would love him for himself, not for his money. When he met Clara in university, she saw him as the kind, hard-working young man who always had time to listen. She didn't know he owned half the companies in town. She loved him genuinely, and that was why he married her. The problem, however, was Clara's mother. From the very first day she set eyes on Raymond, she didn't hide her dislike. "Clara," she whispered angrily, "is this the man you want to marry? Look at his shoes. Look at his cheap phone. Do you want to suffer in this life?" "Mama," Clara pleaded, "Raymond is a good man. He may not have much now, but he has vision, and he loves me sincerely." Her mother scoffed. "Vision cannot pay rent. Love cannot buy food. You're making the biggest mistake of your life." But Clara stood firm. She married Raymond against her mother's wishes, believing that one day her mother would see his true worth. What she didn't know was that her husband was already a billionaire hiding in plain sight. After the wedding, things got worse. Clara's mother never missed an opportunity to humiliate Raymond. She insisted they live in her compound, claiming Clara was too young to leave home. But her real intention was to keep a close eye on Raymond, whom she believed was good for nothing. One morning, as Raymond came out of the boys' quarters carrying a bucket of water, Clara's mother shouted, "So, this is the husband you gave me? A man who fetches water like a houseboy." "Mama, please stop," Clara begged. "He is my husband, and I love him." Her mother hissed, "Love indeed. One day you will regret this choice. Mark my words." At dinner, she would deliberately give Raymond the smallest piece of meat. "Eat that one," she said mockingly. "When you make money, you can add more." Raymond smiled politely, never raising his voice. But Clara's heart bled each time. She couldn't understand how her mother could be so cruel. Yet, Raymond always told her, "Don't worry, my love. Patience is the answer. Let Mama think I am poor." Days turned into weeks, and the insults never stopped. Clara's mother would send Raymond on errands meant for children. "Raymond, go and buy pepper at the market. And don't borrow money from anyone." "Yes, Mama," he replied softly. One evening, Clara broke down in tears. "Raymond, why do you allow her to treat you this way? You are my husband, not her servant." Raymond gently wiped her tears. "Clara, let her insult me. Let her treat me like a nobody. I am not fighting her. The day of truth will come, and she will regret her words." At night, while the household slept, Raymond would open his laptop and manage multi-million-dollar contracts with his managers across the globe. Clara sometimes woke up and asked, "Raymond, what are you working on?" "Just some small projects," he would say, smiling. He never wanted her to suspect the full truth yet. One Sunday afternoon, Clara's mother organized a family meeting. Relatives filled the compound, chatting loudly. When it was time to introduce her son-in-law, she cleared her throat. "This is Raymond," she said with a fake smile. "My daughter's husband. He is, well, he is still trying to find his feet. He doesn't have much yet, but we hope he will one day." The relatives laughed softly, some shaking their heads. One uncle said, "Clara, you are a fine woman. Why did you choose a poor man when you had many suitors?" Raymond simply smiled. "Uncle, wealth is not always seen with the eyes. Time will tell." But Clara's mother quickly added, "Time? We don't eat time here. We eat food. My daughter deserves better." Clara felt like sinking into the ground. She wanted to shout, but Raymond placed a hand on hers under the table. His calmness gave her strength. One night, after another day of insults, Raymond sat outside on the bench. Clara found him there, staring at the stars. "Raymond," she whispered, sitting beside him, "I can't take it anymore. Mama humiliates you every day. Why don't we just leave?" Raymond sighed. "Clara, I am not angry at her. She doesn't know who I am. That's why she mocks me. But I promise you, very soon, the truth will come out. Let her think I am poor. For now, patience will save us." Clara leaned on his shoulder. "I just wish she could see you the way I do." Raymond smiled faintly. "She will, my love. She will." The following week, Raymond received a call while sitting outside. He quickly stepped away so Clara's mother wouldn't hear. "Sir," the voice on the phone said, "we are ready for the contract signing tomorrow. The minister will be there, and the press too." "Good," Raymond replied. "Make sure everything is ready." Clara overheard part of the conversation. "Raymond, who were you speaking with?" He smiled. "Just some old friends." But she wasn't convinced. "Raymond, are you hiding something from me?" He kissed her forehead. "Soon, my love. You will know everything." That night, Clara's mother whispered to her, "Be careful. That man is hiding something. Maybe he is into fraud. Watch him closely." Clara shook her head. "Mama, you are wrong. He is not a fraud. He is better than you think." But even Clara herself was now curious. The next day, Clara's mother secretly followed Raymond. She wore a wrapper and scarf, pretending to be going to the market. To her shock, Raymond stopped by the roadside, and suddenly a black limousine arrived. He entered, and they drove off. She quickly took a taxi and followed. The car stopped in front of the tallest building in the city, Cloudstone Towers. Security men bowed as Raymond stepped out. "Good morning, Chairman Raymond," they chorused. Her eyes nearly popped out. "Chairman." She followed cautiously and saw Raymond enter the boardroom where men in suits stood up immediately. "Welcome, sir," they said. Her legs grew weak. "Oh my God, my son-in-law, the billionaire?" That evening, at dinner, Clara's mother couldn't eat. Her hands trembled as she stared at Raymond. Finally, she stammered, "Raymond, who are you really?" Raymond dropped his spoon calmly. "Mama, I am Raymond Daniels, chairman of Cloudstone Group. I own this company, the towers you saw today, and many more. I am a billionaire." Clara gasped, tears filling her eyes. "Raymond, why didn't you tell me? I wanted to be sure you loved me for who I am, not for what I have." He turned to her mother. "And Mama, I wanted to see if you would respect me without money. Sadly, you failed the test." Her mother broke into tears. "Oh my God! I insulted you. I mocked you. Please forgive me." From that day, her mother's attitude changed completely. She became overly sweet. "My son-in-law, let me serve you food. Do you want more meat? Please eat well." She told neighbors proudly, "Do you know my son-in-law is the great Chairman Raymond? A billionaire. My daughter married well." But Raymond only smiled politely. Inside, he remembered every harsh word, every insult. He forgave her, but he knew the respect wasn't real. It was based on his money, not his person. Clara noticed it too. "Raymond, she only respects you now because of your wealth." "Yes," he replied. "That is why I kept my secret. People change when they see money. But love and respect must come from the heart." Weeks later, at another family gathering, Raymond stood up before everyone. He looked straight at his mother-in-law and said, "Mama, I forgive you. But let today be a lesson. Never judge a man by his appearance. True wealth is not in money but in character." The relatives nodded in agreement. Clara's mother lowered her head in shame. She had gained her son-in-law's forgiveness, but she had lost her pride forever. Raymond held Clara's hand tightly. "My love, our journey has just begun. And no matter what, I will always value respect and love above money." The entire hall clapped. Clara's mother wept silently. She finally understood the greatest mistake of her life, judging a man she never truly knew. Raymond decided to make his true identity public. He invited Clara and her mother to a company gala at the city's most prestigious hotel. The hall glittered with chandeliers, and men in suits bowed as he entered. Reporters flashed cameras while announcers called his name. "Ladies and gentlemen," the host declared, "tonight we celebrate the achievements of one of the nation's greatest entrepreneurs, Chairman Raymond Daniels." Clara's mother gasped. "They are celebrating my son-in-law? The same man I made wash plates." Raymond gave his speech. "Wealth is nothing without humility. I want young people to know that you don't need to prove yourself to those who doubt you. Time reveals everything." The crowd clapped loudly, and Clara's mother hid her face in shame. That night, Clara's mother knelt before him in tears. "Raymond, please forgive me. I treated you like trash. I didn't know I was insulting a king." Raymond raised her gently. "Mama, I forgive you. But you must understand, respect should never depend on wealth. If I was truly poor, would I not deserve dignity as a human being?" Clara's mother sobbed. "You are right, my son. I failed the test of love and respect. I was blinded by greed." Clara touched her mother's hand. "Mama, what matters is that you change. Not just for Raymond, but for yourself." Her mother nodded, but deep inside, guilt weighed heavily on her. News spread quickly in the neighborhood. Women who once mocked Clara now came to praise her. "Ah, Clara, you are blessed. We never knew your husband was a billionaire. You see why it is good to marry with patience." Others mocked Clara's mother. "So you nearly threw away your daughter's golden chance? You were busy insulting a billionaire in disguise." Her mother couldn't bear the gossip. She avoided people for weeks. But the humiliation only made her cling harder to Raymond, trying to act like the perfect mother-in-law. But secretly, Clara's mother began to struggle with jealousy. She couldn't understand why her daughter, and not her, had found such fortune. She whispered to a friend, "Do you know how much money that man has? If only he had married me when I was young, my life would be different." Her friend laughed nervously. "You better be careful. Don't destroy your daughter's home." But Clara's mother wasn't satisfied. She started meddling in their marriage, giving Clara unnecessary advice. "Tell him to buy you a bigger mansion. Tell him to change your car to a Rolls-Royce. Don't let him hide money from you." Clara frowned. "Mama, please stop. I married Raymond for love, not for money." Her mother hissed, "You're too soft. If you don't hold him tightly, another woman will take him from you." One afternoon, Clara's mother visited Raymond's office uninvited. She entered his boardroom with a fake smile. "My son-in-law, you're working too hard. I just came to check on you." Raymond stood, confused. "Mama, this is not the place for casual visits. I have meetings." She leaned closer and whispered, "Raymond, I know I treated you badly. But now, I can help you in ways Clara cannot. You know, I am still a woman." Raymond's eyes widened. "Mama, you are my wife's mother. How dare you say such a thing?" She laughed nervously. "I'm only joking. Don't take it seriously." But her eyes told another story. Raymond felt disgusted. He knew this was a dangerous path. He decided not to tell Clara yet, not wanting to break her heart. Clara's mother became bolder. She started dressing younger, wearing heavy makeup when visiting Raymond. One evening, she pretended to fall sick and asked him to drive her home. On the way, she placed her hand on his. "Mama, stop this nonsense!" Raymond shouted. But she whispered, "If you ever change your mind, I can give you what Clara cannot." Raymond was furious. He dropped her at her house and drove off, his heart pounding. He realized her obsession was no longer just greed, it was dangerous. Finally, Raymond told Clara, "My love, I need to tell you something about your mother." Clara looked worried. "What is it?" He hesitated, then said, "She has been making advances towards me. I tried to ignore it, but it's getting worse." Clara froze. "What? Mama? No. That's impossible." "I wish it wasn't true," Raymond sighed. "But I swear on my life, she has crossed the line." Tears filled Clara's eyes. "Raymond, this will break me. How do I even confront her?" Raymond took her hands. "Calm down. We must handle this with wisdom." That night, Clara confronted her mother. "Mama, Raymond told me everything. How could you do this? How could you betray me?" Her mother pretended to cry. "Ah, Clara, he is lying. He wants to turn you against me." Clara shook her head. "Mama, don't lie to me. I know my husband. He would never invent such a thing. Tell me the truth." Her mother dropped to her knees. "Clara, forgive me. I don't know what came over me. I was jealous. I was tempted. But I swear I never went too far." Clara cried bitterly. "Mama, you have disgraced me. You insulted him when you thought he was poor. Now you lust after him because he is rich. Shame on you." Raymond stepped in. "Mama, I forgive you, but from now on, you must keep your distance. You will not meddle in our marriage again." Her mother wept. "Please, don't cut me off. I only wanted a better life." Raymond shook his head. "You wanted money, but you forgot dignity. You wanted luxury, but you forgot love. If you want peace with us, you must change." Clara added firmly, "Mama, this is the last chance. One more step out of line, and you will lose us forever." Her mother nodded, trembling. She knew she had been caught, and this time, forgiveness might not come again. Months passed. Clara's mother began to change. She stopped gossiping, stopped meddling, and started attending church again. Slowly, she regained her dignity in the community. One day, she knelt before Raymond and Clara. "My children, I have wronged you deeply, but you gave me another chance. I vow to live the rest of my life with humility. Thank you for not abandoning me." Raymond smiled. "Mama, forgiveness is stronger than revenge. Let us build peace." Clara hugged her mother tightly. Tears flowed as the family finally healed. And so, the woman who once insulted her son-in-law learned the greatest lesson of her life. Never judge a man by what he wears. Never despise someone because they seem poor. And never let greed destroy love.